What makes the political system what it is today? What are the recurring issues?
Order.
The tussle for power.
An extremely problematic area.
The tension. The instability of the system. Join Ellen 24/7 as we take you inside the local and international political arena in the world of politics.
Apologize for saying that I was corrupt. I'm not here to call out his lies. Everybody knows he's a liar.
Watch politics now on Ellen 24/7.
Don't miss Politics Now on Ellen 24/7.
All right, glad to have you back on LN 24/7. Of course, it's still politics now. This time around, we want to focus on the Edo State Governorship election. I want to remind you that from Thursday, 8 a.m. on the front burner on this morning show right here, we will be looking at Edo State election from Friday and, of course, Saturday. We will be having our special Edo Decides program. So keep it locked right here on LN 24/7 for all the updates and all the conversation. Of course, on the D-Day itself, 21st of September, from morning till night, we will be live with our reporter station in Edo State to give you all the updates regarding the election. You don't want to miss it. But let's give you a rundown of our talking points. Tonight, we're looking at the tussle for votes, a do-or-die affair, alleged bias, why PDP refused to sign the peace pact, and addressing security concerns. Joining us live from Edo State is Mr. Chris Ojekere, spokesperson to Igodalo. Let's give you a breakdown of what's going on. Well, ahead of the Edo Governorship election on the 21st of September 2024, of course, 17 political parties are fielding candidates in the election. 16 are male, while 1 is female. And they are seeking the votes of over 2.6 million registered voters from all 18 local government areas of the state. Now, analysts have described the election as a three-horse race involving first Asue Igodalo, the People's Democratic Party candidate, Monday Okpebele, the All Progressive Congress candidate, and Olumide Akpata, the Labour Party candidate. And of course, campaigns climaxed last week Saturday. The People's Democratic Party held its mega rally to round up the campaigns ahead of Saturday's governorship election, where the acting national chairman of the party, Ambassador Ilya Damagun, declared that the election will be a test for the country's democracy and vowed that they would not be intimidated. Let's have a listen to what the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar had to say about the election.
If you remember 4 years ago, they threatened us. Didn't they do that? They threatened us. They said they will not allow us to win in Edo State. What did we show them? We showed them, say, Edo not be Lagos. Didn't we do it? Didn't we do it? So this time again, we are going to show them Edo not be Lagos. You cannot come and steal votes here.
At all.
Therefore, protect your votes. Defend your votes, escort your votes, make sure your votes are entered, make sure your result is announced. If you do that, no Jupiter will come and change your results.
Meanwhile, the Vice President Kashim Shettima, Senate President Godswill Akpabio, and 9 all-progressive governors, including 7 ministers and members of the House of Representatives, on Saturday attended the mega rally of the party to wrap up its campaign for the election on Saturday. Let's have a listen to what the Vice President said on Saturday.
What
What Edo State needs is a strategic thinker, a builder, a man of the people, a man who can rally the great people of Edo State. Edo needs a man who opens his doors to the people, hear their cry, and lead them with a fear of God. Edo does not need a man who does the call. Edo needs a man who kills the call of his people.
Of course, like I said, it's a three-horse race, not leaving out the Labour Party rally, where former Governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, and Olumide Akwata were seen campaigning in the state over the weekend. Just a short clip of what Peter Obi said.
We want to chase out PDP and APC. We don't time for them. It is time for them to go. We want to change the change. And to change the change is to use somebody we know well. Not be say somebody where, if you not here with the gun campaign. When I the campaign, I come out with you. Today we don't come out with you again. They're not here. So they will never repay it. We are going to repay it and make sure all these things are going to work. So please, on the 21st, go out and vote. Mama, Papa, Mama, Papa, Mama, Papa, who be your girl? Who be your girl?
A key issue that has raised a lot of conversations of late is the issue bordering on security. Because on Thursday last week, the Edo State PDP chairman, Dr. Tony Azigbemi, and its candidate, Dr. Asue Gadolo, refused to sign the pact, citing bias on the part of the police. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetukun, who they said had arrested 16 members and leaders of the party and were making plans to arrest 15 more. And the PDP governor, Obaseki, also alleged bias against the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, who it accused of working with the All Progressive Congress, APC, to rig the election, saying they would not be signing a peace accord when those who should protect the citizenry were doing the contrary. Let's just remind you of what Governor Obaseki said.
You were here in 2020. Very heated elections. As you know, this is an off-cycle election, and there's a lot of attention. But unlike 2020, I'm very worried, very, very worried, because from the developments and where we are today, I think my party met yesterday and we're not likely to sign this agreement. The person who is supposed to enforce peace, the peace accord, is now an active participant in creating a destructive environment. We've had situations where, from the Inspector General's office, there are armed gangs of policemen who have come into Edo State to just invade, arrest, and take away PDP members. As we speak, there are about 10 in detention in Abuja without trial. 2 days ago, they came to pick up a local government chairman. This man, the chairman was going back home. He was attacked and shot at. And the police, he reported, and the police said he should come to give evidence. He came, they arrested him. And as I speak, he's in Abuja. I'm saying, even if offenses were committed in Edo State, why would you not charge the offenses here and try them here? Why take them to Abuja? I mean, are these offenses of high treason? And then in Abuja, why not charge them to court in Abuja? The police, the IG's office came in and obtained warrants to arrest 60 PDP supporters. 60.
60.
Yes, they have the warrants. So all just essentially driving all our leaders into hiding.
In relation to allegations of INEX, while admitting that the Edo State Resident Electoral Commissioner is his first cousin, FCT Minister Wike said just like him, nobody can intimidate his cousin, not even the INEC chairman. Nobody born of a woman can intimidate my cousin into doing what is not right. This is just one of the many issues about the election. And joining us live from the Government House in Edo State is Honorable Christopher. All right, thank you so much, Christopher, for being with us on the show tonight.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
So what's the excitement like for the people? How has your party been able to convince Edo citizens to come out and vote for your party?
Right. It's been very interesting, especially for the People's Democratic Party, my party, because as you know, this whole thing started since April after the primaries, and we produced a candidate in the person of Dr. Aswelima Igodalo, the PDP candidate. A man who has traversed the nook and crannies of Edo State, working very hard, selling his manifestos, discussing with interest groups, discussing with various stakeholders in the society, trying to convince Edo people of keying into his manifesto of prosperity for Edo people. And so politically too, all other parties have been involved in all of that. But the momentum was brought to a crescendo on Saturday, as you said, because that was the grand finale of the PDP's campaign. Our open campaign of the candidate was concluded on that Saturday, 14th. So expectations are very high towards the election on Saturday, which is 21st of September, 2024. What we have been appealing, that is the PDP, is for the federal government to allow its agencies, that is INEC and the police, to remain neutral, to be fair to the process, and allow Edo people to exercise their franchise. Because we know that if Edo people are allowed to exercise their franchise the way they are angling to do, we are sure of about 80% of the votes. Because Aswai Odalo's preachment has resonated so well with the people of all classes, whether you are of the elite class or whether it's the market women on the street, whether it's the artisans. He has 24-portion individual covenant, if you may put it that way, with each segment of the society. And there is no segment that was left out. So everyone from each segment of the society is looking to Aswai Odalo as the hope that they have to progress their life towards prosperity come, September 21st. So expectations are high and the activities are high. What you have now is a lot of underground activities, media activities, meetings here, meetings there. So we are hoping that by 21st, by the grace of God, everybody will be out and we will exercise our franchise to the glory of God and to the happiness.
So let's talk about the allegations of bias. Why PDP refused to sign the peace pact? Why is this the case, considering the fact that your government is in power? And you're screaming foul play when INEC certified your party twice to rule the state. So where is all of this coming from?
Two pivotal factors that affect election are not within our jurisdiction, or they are not within the control of our jurisdiction. And that is INEC, which is the Independent National Electoral Commission, a body and an institution of the federal government, and the Nigerian police, which is also a body and an institution of the federal government. So what we are doing to them, or what we are doing to the president or the presidency and Nigerians as a whole, is allow the process to be free and fair. And the reason we are doing that is because we have had a series of incidences and activities that have suggested that certain ones, we don't want to think that it is the presidency wholesale, but want to think that those who think that they have what they call federal minds, who think that they are Abuja politicians, linking up with some elements who are traditional enemies of Edo State because of their anti-democratic, tendencies, trying to use an arm of the police to compromise the system, have engaged in serial arrests of our citizens who are members of the PDP. And as at the last count, we have about 10 of them who have done absolutely nothing that we know of, but were whisked away from here to Abuja, even though they had committed a crime, assuming. Were they not supposed to be tried here? But they were arrested here, whisked away to Abuja. A chieftain of the PDP, a chieftain of the APC, who indeed contested as an aspirant in the last election, came out on the viral video wearing police uniform, a superintendent of police uniform, and was saying all sorts of things that are unprintable against the government of the state and against the governor of the state. And in fact, was pronouncing judgment on what he said or what he thought they were going to do to the governor of the state, which you will agree with me is the height of arrogance against the laws of the land. That man is coming out now only yesterday to say that he's apologizing publicly. So apologizing publicly, has that become the legal option or the lawful process of our Nigerian police when somebody commits an infraction or a crime against the state and against the laws of the land? Is he not supposed to be arrested and taken to court and tried for that offense? So all of these have created the kind of tension and the kind of suspicion that have questioned the integrity of this institution, the Nigerian police, towards the election. And that's why we are saying that we will not sign a peace accord until we have all of these things clear. Let it be clear to the Nigerian public. Let the police give us their word by action or by word that the election will be transparent, that they will be fair, that they will be umpires of Nigerian citizens and not umpires for the APC. That is not a military wing of the APC, but a police force of the Nigerian people. We want that to be clear. We want the senator from Edo North, Adams Aliyu Oshomole, to make it very clear that he will allow elections to hold in Edo in a free and fair manner, and stop going up and down, junketing from place to place, pushing the narrative of federal might. Let all of that be clear. When all of that is clear, then we will sign the peace accord. It is our, joy to sign the peace accord because, we are for peace. We have pursued our campaigns peacefully. As far as Ighodalo is not recorded, it's not on record anywhere in his campaign as having spoken against any candidate or having attacked the persons of any candidate or attacked any person. He has pursued issue from day one till now. So we want to see that kind of campaign, which is already ended, but in attitude, that what everybody is concerned with are issues that affect Edo people and issues that would ensure our progress. So when we get all of that, we will sign. The signature is never late in coming. So that's our position.
Now, just to tell you that the IGP has guaranteed a fair umpiring of security in the state ahead of the elections. So does that allay any fears that you have about the election?
Actions speak louder than words. When you give us your word, we wait to watch your actions, because it was actions that spoke earlier. So actions should cancel action. It is not enough for you to just say we will or we will not. When we see the actions, they will not believe you. So we are waiting to see that the police are actually non-partisan, that the harassment of our members will stop, that we can walk freely and wear our caps freely on Edo Street without being harassed. We would like to see that the INEC, the officials of the independent national electoral officials, are behaving in ways that are very clear that they want to carry out their mandate in a fair manner. And then when we see such actions, we begin to believe the words. It is very easy for people to come out and use words, but they do not mean that, or they have no intention to keep to those words. Once we see the action, we will, respond.
I want us to talk about the issue of the resident electoral commissioner that is related to the FCT minister. Of course, in my reporting, I made mention of Wike's, response to threats over the life of his cousin. Is this a concerning issue for you? And how do you see this development affecting the chances of the PDP and your candidate, Ighodalo?
why I told you just now that we don't jump to believe words, because Wike's interview came after the Inspector General has given us full assurance. And if you listen to that interview, the incendiary, statement Wike made that he is my cousin and nobody can intimidate him. Of course, that is typical of him because he only understands the language of fight and bronze. So we're not surprised to hear that. Now, who wants to intimidate a man who is your cousin? By every moral question, is Wike's cousin supposed to be the wreck of Edo State? Everybody knows Wike's sympathy. We know his sympathy towards the APC, which is why he's the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory today. We know his activities in his home state prior to the election, during the election, and after the election. He's a PDP by name, but he's APC by every material, every matter particular. So Wike is an APC member, as far as I'm concerned, whose cousin has been sent here to come and do the work of an umpire. We thought that that was morally imbalanced, and that's why we requested that he should be redeployed and somebody else brought here, but they have refused to do that. So that's why I say we are watching their action. Now, we are not to assume that because it's his cousin, he would, inevitably be, biased, but that can be inferred from all the other actions and the statement of Wike that nobody can intimidate him. However, we in Edo, we are, politically mature and electorally mature. What we are concerned with and which we are determined about is that Wike himself, sitting there as rec, will not be able to rig our elections. You cannot rig our votes because we have made a very clear choice about our destiny. This is about Edo's destiny. This is nothing to do with APC or PDP. It is the collective worldview of Edo people and their development trajectory. And we have aligned ourselves behind a man who we have chosen, a man after our heart, whose pedigree speaks for him and several other things speak for him. So we have decided that Aswa Ighodalo is the person we want to give our collective destiny to his hands in the next 4 years. Nobody can change that, not Wike, not anybody. So we hope that his cousin will take the cue and do his job as an umpire, irrespective of their relationship. But we're also hoping that the police will cooperate to be police, I repeat, of Nigeria and not police of the APC. Once we get him doing his job and we realize that he's not going to be biased, as he has promised severally and the police commissioner has also assured severally, of course, all things will go well and all things will go right and we'll be happy at the end of the day. But if they are biased, then they are going to meet with a stiff determination of Edo people to defend their votes and to defend their eternal destiny. And that's what we intend to do. No mincing words about that.
Still talking about the issue of security, I mean, during the campaigns on Saturday, there were strong comments from your party on Saturday, where Governor Obaseki made the call as the national chairman of the party, Damagun, vowed that party members should defend their votes with blood. Is this a responsible statement to make? When you say people should defend their votes with blood, that for some people is insinuating violence. How do you justify that statement?
That is what the APC would desire, that, they create a fear-mongering situation which they have tried to create in the past few weeks, so that you can have people being afraid and stay in their houses and not come out to vote. Every Edo person understands Governor Obaseki, and every Edo person can interpret what Governor Obaseki says. They know that Governor Obaseki is a non-violent person. In fact, Edo State was a violent state, what you may refer to as a violent state before Obaseki came in. And he brought in order, not only to government house, but to the streets of Benin. The lions and tigers, which were the soldiers and the army of Oshomole and the APC, were tamed by Obaseki. Obaseki has proceeded, even in his own election, we didn't shed blood. Is it in the election of, somebody from his party will be shedding blood? So we understand that he's saying that our humanity is in question. The Edo humanity is in question. The Edoid race is in danger of being exterminated perpetually by the forces of retrogression that do not believe in democracy, that do not believe in development, that do not believe in good governance. and that with our Edoid personality and characteristics, we will defend our vote, not necessarily shedding blood, but our determination will come to the fore, and we will insist that our votes count. That is the interpretation to what Governor Obaseki said, and that's how it should be understood. We understand that he didn't say we should shed blood, and we understand him in Edo State.
Now, still talking about statements, this time around, your opposition, the APC, especially former governor of the state, Oshomole, the poor performance of Obaseki, saying that the state had not witnessed development in the last 8 years. What is your response?
Area Oshomole should never venture, because I will just leave the capital projects. Let me first talk about the projects that have to do with the people's welfare. Now, I need for you to know that before Obaseki came, we had brigands celebrating their 1 billion successes from Edo State, taxes. There was no tax institution. Oshomole had a group of goons who he sends to the streets, and then indiscriminately, whether you're a wheelbarrow pusher, pure water seller, whatever you are, they, maligned you, beat you up sometimes, oppressed you, collect money from you. The money was supposed to be going to the state purse, but we have not less than 2 of them who celebrated when they made their 1 billion each. And they went to Dubai, Houston, and everywhere to buy houses. When Obaseki came, he automated the taxes. He brought in trained tax officers, and today we are still collecting taxes in Edo State, but in respectable manners, and people are doing businesses, and then the tax administration is perfect. In the civil service, we had the most demoralized workforce in Nigeria. The work environment was like where pigs stay. I mean, you should have come to Edo that time to see what we now call the state secretariat. Today, we have the best work ambience in the whole country, and I mean in the whole country. Edo State Civil Service Secretariat is not only one of the biggest, if not the very biggest, but one of the biggest and finer, and has a better work ambience than the Federal Secretariat in Abuja. So the Obaseki didn't stop there. All Edo workers, and indeed the poor in Edo, are all encouraged to be enrolled into the Edo HIT, what we call the Edo HIT, that is the Edo Health Insurance Scheme. The Edo Health Insurance Scheme is a wonder of Obaseki. They have made health to be accessible to the poorest of the poor, where you enroll with as low as 50 naira, 18,000 naira within a year. So the Edo Health Insurance Scheme is affecting Edo people. Edo State workers earn their money latest 27th of every month, and Edo State is on record to be the highest paying state to civil servants in Nigeria. Oshomole and his colleagues were owing pension from 1984 till Obaseki came in. I speak to you now, the entire pension, and I mean entire, you can fact check these things I'm telling you, have been paid by Obaseki, and Obaseki is almost through with the gratuity. From 1984, I did not say 94, 84 till date. And Oshomole opens his mouth to say that man has done nothing. When Oshomole was there, we had several deaths in where we call Ring Road in Benin, which is the city center, from pensioners who come to Benin every month to cry that Oshomole should pay them their pension. You know the popular video where he told the woman to go and die. That was the attitude of Oshomole and his government towards Edo people. Now, Obaseki has brought respectability, dignity to Edo people. He's paying their salaries, he has paid their pensions, he's paying the pensions of retirees, and you are telling me that Obaseki has done nothing. Now, come to, and Oshomole is on his own, that he had made those states a state of, that has the Ministry of Education that was burnt when Oshomole's certificate was in question, and in which there's a viral video when Shaibu, the deputy governor to Obaseki, then was asking Oshomole what happened to the Ministry of Education. Oshomole did not build that Ministry of Education until he left. If you go there now, we have an education complex that is housing e-library offices and all kind of pedagogic paraphernalia. Obaseki is building that. The labor house that is named after him, that Obaseki built and gifted him, in honor of his effort as a labor leader. It's the best in the country. All of this within Benin City. And then go to our State School of Nursing. It's the best in Nigeria. We have telemedicine programs there. Next to that is the Stella Obasanjo Hospital, state of the art. It's been delivered, 200 bed, specialist hospital. It's been it's in the works to even make it 500 beds. And then you have the one providing the auxiliary services, the School of Health Technology. All of these built by Obaseki, all of them completed, all of them functioning, all within Benin City. And if Oshomole cannot see all of this, then as they say, life is difficult for the blind.
Now, it seems as if the APC is using the fact that your candidate doesn't have a track record of governance as compared to their own candidate, who, of course, is a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. How do you explain, not having the necessary tools to be able to govern Edo State?
First of all, it shows their ignorance of what government is, because they epitomize government only in one elected position that they see, and they can relate to, like governor, and has different organs and people contribute from different directions. Sometimes those who even, are the drivers of the policy are not in the public space. Aswai Udalo was 8 years advisor to Oshomole, and there are many viral videos where Oshomole gave so much credit to him, to his contributions to his government, and said, but for him and Obaseki, Oshomole would not have succeeded. And then after that, he became the chairman of the Alai Odaro, committee, which served 8 years under Obaseki. So he's been there in those governance affairs for 16 years. And he's held different positions, even in the national. He was chairman of Nigeria Economic Summit Group. What could be more government than that? I was advising the entire federation on economic policies, that have kept us above water. So what could be more government than that? The man that they say is a senator that has been in government, pre-senator, does he have any pedigree at all? Not even in politics. In the form that he submitted to INEC, work experience is nil. He became a senator because there was a philosophy in Edo Central, where he came from, that you don't do 3 terms. And the senator who was there wanted to do 3 terms. So to punish him, Edo Central people decided that they would give it to him. And incidentally, he was the APC candidate. That's why the first time APC is winning that senatorial district. And since they gave him for 1 year, has he shown anything? Is it space filling that makes you to be in government? Has he shown anything in his senatorial district that he has done, either by way of contribution, even moving a motion in the House for the past 1 year? Has he anything to show? So if it is by space filling, then we don't need the elections. We just bring anybody and make them fill space. So as far as that is concerned, that's no experience, because it's an experience that has no evidence, no illustrations to show. So Aswai Udalo has been in government at the federal level and at the state level. And now he's held other positions that you require as government to be in government. Because if you have not been involved in corporate governance, if you have not policies, trajectories, and templates, of course not. Experience, he's never had any position. He's filling the space in Abuja, answered the name senator, and he has never shown anything, that qualifies for that name. It was a product of, anger and protest vote. So they have no point there at all, and they know that.
We are almost out of time, but we will definitely be looking forward to having you back on our station to talk about the election. Thank you so much for being with us, Honorable Christopher.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And folks at home, that's our show for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget that on Thursday morning, right here, I will be live on the morning show to talk about the election. And in the evening, we'll also have a special Edo Decides program. On Friday, we'll have Edo Decides. And on Saturday proper, with our correspondents, we'll be updating you on the very latest regarding the elections. Just keep it locked right here on LN 24/7. Once again, my name is Mono Balagbo. Bye for now.